Tech channel, and I got a good video for you today. This is a really good hack for anyone replacing inner and outer tie rod ends on this vintage 2007 Ford Mustang with a 4-liter type of vehicle. Okay, so if you're gonna drive and work on an American car, then you gotta wear a hat like this. Alright, so all joking aside, aftermarkets vary a little bit in their measurements and the actual physical size of parts, so it would be really hard for you to count the threads and hopefully you get it right. So this is going to make sure that you get it right immediately. Just hit a home run right out of the park. The specifications for doing the inner and outer tie rod ends are lug nut torque is 98 foot-pounds. Outer tie rod end nuts are 59 foot-pounds. The inner tie rod end, the part that goes underneath the boot on the rack and pinion, that's your inner one, you torque that to 89 foot-pounds. And then the jam nut, that's a nut for at the end of the adjustment of the inner tie rod end, and that one you torque to 41 foot-pounds. Now, the reason for this video is because usually when I replace these parts, I kind of sometimes have a little bit of an issue getting the front wheels perfectly straight. Maybe you don't, but I do. I'm imperfect, and so I gotta find ways to make things easier, and that is what I'm aiming to do in this video today. So I'm gonna take you underneath the car, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this. Eyeballing it works, but I'd like to find an easier way, and I found an easy way just by accident. I just thought, well, I'll just get out a measuring tape, and then I'll just go under there and see if I can measure from a fixed point of something that doesn't move to where the tie rod end bolts onto the steering knuckle. So there's a spot that I found in there on both sides that are equally the same, and then so I've made my measurements, which is really nice because in this case they're the same on both sides, so it makes it really easy. Before you make all your measurements, make sure that the steering wheel is perfectly centered and the wheels are perfectly straight before you make your measurements, or you won't get it right the first time. I'm underneath the car, and this is the driver's side we're looking at here. And this spot here, I made a little mark here with my ink pen. These are very handy to have for working on cars. Just a regular ink pen, not a chalk pen, so it doesn't come off with, when it dries, it won't come off real easily. Right underneath the outer tie rod end, I've made another paint mark right there. And so this little flat spot here, and then this is the end of where the measuring tape is going to go. Have your end touching the right way there, and then have it going all the way over here, and it shows approximately 17.5 inches. And as luck would have it, it's the same from here all the way over to there. So you don't have to remember too much in doing this repair. Now the reason I picked this spot is this rack and pinion is bolted down here. And so this spot never moves. This spot can move. You see all these threads here. And so I pick a spot right there. And that spot right there, once we start to turn this outer tie rod end to get it straight, it'll get closer and closer and closer to your 17.5 inches. One thing I wanted to point out is just make sure that this hose clamp, this little end clamp here on the boot, you just take it off so that when you're rotating this, that it won't twist your boot up. And then put that back on once you're all done. And then once you get it to your 17.5 inches, you lock this jam nut down and torque it to 41 inch-pounds. And you go take it to the alignment shop and you are good to go. Thanks for watching. You did a good job. I'll see you next time.